So I thank you all for joining in this morning. It's wonderful to be with all of you as always. I hope that your week has truly been great. I thank you for always partaking and coming to join in these meditations. And, I just wanted to share that. Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you, Dimple. Thank you, Emily. Good morning, Leslie. But I just want to share that in the majority of all traditions, the majority of all philosophies, all faiths, they all state that the underlying and essential nature of who we are, the essential truth of our essence, is a clear and pure and radiant sort of essence. The underlying and essential nature of our being is clear, radiant, and pure. But just as clouds can temporarily obscure the sun, however, they never destroy or change the sun in its essence, so too can the temporary afflictions of who we are, of our body and mind, our ignorance, our confusion, our anger, our anxieties, our sufferings. All of these things can temporarily obscure us from seeing who we are, but at its truth, it can never, these afflictions, these thoughts, these states of mind, can never destroy the pure light of our consciousness. They can never change and never affect the underlying truth that we are a loving, self-aware energy or spirit, whatever you want to call that. Whatever label you want to put on that is fine. And dwelling deep within the hearts of each and every one of us, there is an inexpressible source of love and wisdom. And the ultimate source of all spiritual practices, the truth of all spiritual practices, is that we are trying to uncover and make contact with that pure nature once again. And so the loving kindness practice is a way to help us do that. It's a way to help us connect to that seed of pure, unconditional, altruistic love which resides in each and every one of us. So I thank you all for joining with us in these practices, because you're not only helping to transform your own heart and mind, but indirectly you're helping to transform those around you by living from that essence more authentically. And so let's try to connect with that now by getting into our practice. So I invite you all just to get into any relaxed and comfortable position. Choose a posture or position in which you can just sit comfortably and at ease for a period of time, however, while also being alert and attentive. And now let's just begin by taking a couple of deep, long breaths together. So I invite you to take a long, deep breath in, and then slowly exhale or even sigh your breath out. And then take another long, deep breath in. Slowly exhale or sigh your breath out. And one more long, deep breath in. Slowly exhale or sigh your breath out. And now for a moment, just allow your breath to settle to whatever its natural, regular rhythm is right now. If it's fast, that's fine. If it's slow, that's fine. It doesn't matter how the breath is. But what you want to do at this point is no longer control or regulate your breath in any way, but try to simply observe it. Try to be the witness of the body breathe. The only agreement you make with yourself is that whenever the mind wanders, you just gently and lovingly bring your awareness back to the breath again. By being the observer and witness of the breath, you're actually cultivating present moment awareness. You're centering yourself in this reality. Because you don't breathe in the past, and neither do you breathe in the future. Every breath you take is happening right here and now in this present moment. The only truth of life, the only moment that we are fully alive in, is this moment. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, and the past is gone. So let's try to be here now. And now at this point, I invite you to expand your awareness out a little bit to include your entire self, your entire being. We start the loving kindness practice by bringing all our awareness and attention to ourself. We're going to start the practice by sending these loving kindness, this loving energy inwards, so that we can cultivate it for ourselves and then share it with others. So just bring your entire attention to yourself. Focus on yourself. And now please silently repeat, although if you're alone, you could softly whisper these statements after me. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. And now please take a few moments to sincerely and wholeheartedly offer yourself your own loving kindness by continuing to silently or softly recite those statements to yourself. And don't just recite them very fast or very quickly, but think about what you're saying. Try to put a little bit of feeling behind these things and rest in the statements themselves. So think, I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. And if you wish to help you feel this loving kindness and connect to the feeling of love a little bit more deeply, it's often recommended that you put a smile on your face while you're doing the practice. Sometimes this part is hard for some people. We don't feel deserving of love. But if you don't love yourself, who will? And if we don't love ourselves, sometimes others, very often others, recognize that. And so they take advantage of that. Self-love is very important. The Buddha said you could search this entire tenfold universe and not find anyone more deserving of your own love and compassion than yourself. And when asked what the greatest commandment was, Jesus said is to love God with our whole heart, soul, mind, and strength, and then love your neighbor as yourself. So let's not forget to show ourselves some love each and every day. Show ourselves some compassion. We're often hardest with ourselves. We're our own worst critics. But we're human as well as spiritual, and we're living a human experience, so we need to have some compassion with ourselves, forgive ourselves for any mistakes or incorrect actions we do or make. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. And now I invite you to call to mind someone you know that you love dearly, someone you really love a lot. Now this can be a family member, a mother, father, grandfather, a grandchild, a sibling. The person can be living or deceased, this does not matter. But just try to call to mind somebody that you love dearly Try to see them in your mind's eye. Try to sense, picture, imagine, feel them before you in any way possible. And now you're going to offer your loving kindness to them. So we're directing it now from ourselves outwards to this person that we love a lot. And there's one of two ways that you can do this. You can either just think of the person and say, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Or if you wish to personalize it and make it a little bit more intimate, you can insert his or her name into the statements and say, may he or she be loved. May he or she be happy. May he or she be healthy. May he or she be peaceful. And now do your best to take a few moments to offer your loving kindness to this person that you've called into your mind's eye. This being and person that you love a lot. And there is a systematic flow to this loving kindness practice. We start with someone we love dearly so that we can see how it really feels to have this loving energy and wish it for another person. So as we're doing the practice, maybe explore how it feels to send these well wishes to them. A little reminder is to carry over that smile as we do the practice. It's hard to feel down. And when we're smiling, it really does help to generate a feeling of love as we do the practice, which truly helps. But a reminder is that it's not really important to worry about how the feeling is. You know, don't try to focus on really generating that feeling if you're having a hard time. What you just do is rest in the statements themselves. So when you say, may you be loved, just really rest in what that feels like and what you're saying. May you be happy. And as you truly rest and be present to these statements, the feeling in and of itself will begin to arise within you. It begins to open your heart. Whenever the mind wanders, don't get upset with yourself. Don't get frustrated. Just gently and lovingly refocus yourself upon the person that you love a lot and start again. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now I invite you to call to mind someone you know who is having a hard time right now, a difficult time. Now this difficulty can be emotionally, it can be mentally, or of course someone you know who's suffering with the sickness and illness or disease, or someone who's just in need of a little bit of extra healing at this moment. Please try to call this person into your mind's eye, try to see them before you, try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize this person who's having a difficulty or is sick. And now we're going to offer some loving kindness to them. And again, you do this in the exact same way you did with the person that you love dearly. You can either just think of the person and say, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Or if you know the person's name, of course, you can insert it and personalize it a little bit more and say, may he or she be loved. May he or she be happy. May he or she be healthy. May he or she be peaceful. And now take a few moments to sincerely and wholeheartedly offer your loving kindness to this person that you have imagined before you. And the way we extend out this loving kindness is with a sense of generosity. We want to have a generous spirit behind and an intention behind the practice. So when you say, may you be loved, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be peaceful, you're sending out those phrases in the same way you would say to somebody, may you have a happy birthday. We're not demanding that they have these things or be these things. We're wishing them these things. Just like you would say, may you have a happy birthday. You're wishing them that happiness on that day. It's the same thing with the loving kindness phrases. You're sending it out with the same generous spirit when you say, may you be loved. And again, if you notice that this morning you have a very busy mind and a lot of thoughts, that's okay. It's natural. Don't get upset. Don't get frustrated. Don't say, why can't I stay focused on these things? Don't judge yourself. Have compassion for yourself as well. Just recognize that the mind is doing what it's been conditioned to do, and that's think. And so the only agreement you make with yourself is you return back again and just start again. Don't worry about where you were in the statements. Just if you need to refocus on the person who's having this difficulty or is sick, just refocus on them and start again from the beginning. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Now we're going to begin to move out of the first part or the first half of the practice into the second. And for the first couple of people, those we love dearly and those who are sick, it's often very easy to generate this feeling of loving kindness and compassion. Some people find for these next two people that we're going to call to mind, it's a little bit more difficult. And so now I invite you to try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize in any way you can someone who is a neutral person to you. Someone you have no feelings for, either good or bad. Someone with whom there's really no story behind them. You don't know them very well. Just a familiar face maybe. Like a neighbor in your community or on your street that you see, but you really know nothing about them. You've really never had any conversation or spoken with them, but they're just a familiar face. Try to call a neutral person into your mind's eye. It could be your delivery person. And now do your best to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize this person and try to send out your loving kindness now to them. You may not know this person's name, so here it's probably best to use the may you be statements. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now just take a couple of moments to try and send out your loving kindness to them. And really explore how this feels. You might notice a slight change in the intensity of this loving kindness, this loving energy that you're sending out as you shifted from someone you knew who you loved dearly and those who were sick to now someone who's of a neutral persuasion. This can go one of two ways. Some people continue to find it very easy to generate a loving energy and send out this and radiate out this loving kindness phrases towards a neutral person because, as I said, there is no story attached to them. We really know nothing about them, so there's no sort of little judgments happening about us or no image that we project or idea that we project upon them, so it's easy to radiate out this loving energy towards them. But on the flip side of that coin, some people, because there's no story and there's no sort of attachment or anything or an aversion towards them, find it difficult to send out this energy towards them. You might be noticing that not only is the intensity a little bit less, but maybe the mind wanders a little bit more. That's natural. Don't get upset with yourself. But what you're recognizing is where there's some cultivation, nurturing to do of your altruistic love. And so to help you, just continue to keep that smile on your face if you wish. And then try to send out the loving kindness to them. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now we're going to begin to move into the part of the practice which for many people is perhaps the most difficult part. And so at this moment, I'm going to ask you to try to call to mind somebody from the present or your past that you may have had a hard or a difficult time getting along with. Someone who may have hurt you, used you, wronged you in some type of way, or someone with whom you just had conflict, someone who knows how to get under your skin, irritate you and annoy you. Now, if you're joining us for the first time or still new to the loving kindness practice, it's often recommended that you don't start with the most difficult or the most perhaps hated person in your life or the world. Choose someone who's a little bit more of a mild irritation. You know, someone who just maybe knows how to push a little buttons, you know, but not is perhaps the most difficult and the most complicated relationship that you may have, because we want to make this manageable. We want to observe our reactions, observe how the loving kindness is feeling without being overwhelmed by any sort of feelings that arise. And so I invite you to call to mind someone from the present or your past that you have had a hard or difficult time getting along with, a person of difficulty. Try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize them in any way you can. And now do your best to try to offer your loving kindness to them. And just try to offer them those statements. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And see how this feels. Off the bat, you may notice a couple of things. One, you may notice that there's a little voice in the back of your mind that's maybe saying, I really don't wish this for this person. This person has hurt me or harmed me in some type of way. or I don't like, or I don't want to send them these phrases. That's natural, that's okay. But with time, we begin to recognize that all people are searching for the same thing. We're all looking for happiness, trying to avoid suffering. And when someone acts badly or unkindly towards us, they themselves are coming from a place of pain and hurt. And ultimately, we're not really doing this practice for them, we're doing it for us. We're recognizing where maybe we're holding back our compassion, where maybe we're carrying some baggage. Because maybe you're sitting here and you're noticing that as you think about this person, you're actually getting angry or upset. Now for a moment, contemplate who's really doing that to you. It's not the person, they're not here. It's your thoughts, it's your ideas, it's the baggage that you're carrying in regards to them and your relationship with them and your experience with them. And so it's time for us to maybe let that baggage go. We're not papering over any hurt or harm that was done to us. We're not saying it was okay. We're just saying that we're not going to carry around any feeling anymore, any baggage related to that, any anger or animosity or any hurt. We can try to work through, we can process, we can release. If you're feeling angry or upset, that's okay, that's natural, but recognize that change is possible. And the more you do this practice, the easier it will become, and it can become a very liberating process, one of great spiritual growth and development. So just do your best to offer your loving kindness to this person. If you can, keep that smile on your face. It will be easier to generate a loving feeling. And just say, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And whenever your mind wanders, just refocus on the person and start again from the beginning. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now we've come to the final part of our meditation, in which we're going to send out this loving kindness now, this loving energy to all beings, to all life everywhere in the universe. So once again, just silently repeat or softly whisper these statements after me. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be peaceful. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be peaceful. And now please take this final moment to sincerely and wholeheartedly now offer your loving kindness to all beings, to all life, everywhere in this universe. Final reminder to hopefully have carried that smile all the way through the practice. And something else I share at this moment is a little visualization technique that may be helpful for some, in which you can think of yourself as a radio transmitter and sending out waves of colored energy in all directions when you say the statement, so you can imagine it spreading through the entire universe. So you can say, may you be loved, and send out a colored wave of energy that symbolizes love for you. When you send out, may all beings be happy, whatever color happiness is for you, send out a wave of that colored energy. When you say, may all beings be healthy, send out a colored healing energy in all directions. And when you say, may all beings be peaceful, send out a peaceful colored energy in all directions. Now, I only offer that as a tool. For some, the visualization may be a little bit more distracting. So if it is, just leave it at the side. You don't have to utilize it. Do whatever feels right, best, and comfortable for you. And whenever the mind wanders, just refocus back on imagining all beings everywhere. And just start again from the beginning. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be peaceful. And just continue on for another moment. Trying to offer this loving kindness now to all beings, to all life everywhere, from one end of this universe to the other, wherever there is life. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be peaceful. Our meditation has come to its end. You may need to bring some gentle movement back to your body. You may begin to maybe wiggle your toes or gently wiggle your fingers. You may wish to take a couple of deep breaths just to bring your awareness back to the body, grounded again in the room or the space you're in. And whenever you feel ready, slowly begin to open your eyes. Make your way back into the space. But as always, I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here with us, for joining in this meditation group, for joining this community, helping us to send out this loving energy to ourselves and all parts of this world, to others. I really feel it's a wonderful way for us to come together. I love starting the week and ending the week with you. Please also remember that these videos are there for eternity. As long as this page is here, you can go back and go through and practice every day with these guided meditations. So again, thank you. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend as well. And just remember that each and every one of us is the union of all universal energy. So think about this maybe as you go into this weekend. But the life force of creation itself, the life of this universe, which is giving rise to the galaxies, to the stars, to the planets, that same life force is within you. Everything we need is, in order to be complete, is already right there within us. And they say that life force, many traditions say that, it is love and compassion itself. And so it's a loving energy which has given rise to all of this. And everything that you need is within you right now in this very moment. You don't need to run anywhere or go to some sacred spot in some part of this world to find it. Even with all our perceived imperfections, we are perfect and whole at our core, at our essence. And it is simply a matter of being able to recognize that. And loving kindness practice is a way for us to help recognize that. So I truly thank you all again, and I hope that each and every one of your days is filled with an abundance of love, happiness, and peace. Have a beautiful weekend.